Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
The RC Sailors, and we're at the airfield today with the Hobby King EZIO. Some people say it a little differently, but I really like that name, the EZIO. I think that's how it's meant to be.
It's pronounced. Italian.
I noticed that this plane came out around the same time that an Assassin's Creed game came out, and the main character's name was EZIO, and he had a winged backpack on. So I think this is similar to that. Now as you can see, this is a pretty big plane. Here it is about wingtip to me. I'm 6 foot 4 inches tall. This is a 1500 millimeter wingspan. It's very large. They also have an 800 millimeter version, which is about half the size of this, and the price difference is only about $30. You can get the 800 millimeter version for about 60 or 70 bucks, a little more with shipping probably, and you can get this for under $100 on the Hobby King website, and probably we'll have a link in the description box below for right under $100 before shipping, which is amazing because all you need to fly this is a receiver and a battery. The battery that you'll need is about actually they recommend a 1300 milliamp 3-cell compact size battery. You don't have a lot of space in the nose here, but a little bit. And they're saying, and I've seen some other YouTubers get about a 30 to 45 minute flight time on that battery. That's amazing. That's amazing. This guy is balsa throughout. There is no foam here, at least that I'm aware of, and it's very lightweight. Now, that means it's not going to withstand a crash as well as foam would in most cases, but also we should get a little better performance out of this. It's a 4-channel plane. We have a nice folding prop here in the front with a 900 kV brushless motor to power that prop with a 20 amp ESC, all pre-installed. And we have elevator, rudder control, and ailerons. I just set it up as a simple 4-channel plane today. Bear in mind that if you really like gliding and you really want to push the envelope and get that 45-minute flight time, you can set up flaperons on this, which is something that I'm a little bit unfamiliar with. Flaperons make your ailerons work as flaps, kind of, hence the name flaperons. So it's a pretty simple setup. It was easy to build. It only took me by myself maybe an hour or so, just a little bit of glue and a few screws. I had to make some adjustments on my push rods, so I had to take these little panels off. And the whole time you're working on this, it's actually plain white. It just comes as a white plane. You get these stickers as a decal sheet. Abby did help me put those on.
Yay! And
it took us a little while because we wanted it to be straight and look good. I think we did a fine job. The canopy here is very small. It's held on with earth magnets. And you can see there's just a little bit of space in there for your 1300 milliamp 3-cell LiPo. Guys, it's really hot out, so we're going to cut right to the chase, put this in the air. And speaking of which, chase, you'll see some drone chase footage. When you see those shots, that's Abby flying this plane and me flying the drone. So bear in mind, this is going to be a pretty good beginner-friendly plane as well. I just can't get over the price. Something this big, this awesome, that you can just throw in the trunk of your car. The wing comes off with 2 screws for under 100 bucks. That's awesome.
All right, take off. Very nice. It climbed fast.
Now this is a glider, so you're going to be flying it high most of the time, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to fly low as much as I can for you guys, just to see it. Because if I fly this really high, it's just going to be a little speck in the sky. But
it's white, so it's harder to see.
On the camera especially, yeah. But I'm doing great with orientation and stuff.
Yeah, on the camera is what I mean.
Now, I'll be honest, I did a quick little test flight before this. I'm not doing all the trimming in front of you guys.
Less than 5-minute test flight.
And Abby got the controls too, just to make sure she'd be able to fly it while I do the race drone.
Yep.
We don't really do that, but we thought we would just maybe start doing that. It flies really well. This is completely hands-free.
Where did it go?
I'm to the right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That was a creepy looking spider.
And we do have just a little 3S 1300 milliamp LiPo battery in there. Just a, I think it's a Turnigy from Hobby King. I think is that the brand of it? Yeah. Little blue battery. So we'll kind of put that to the test. We're going to fly it on that battery for this whole flight, and we're not going to do the whole thing probably unless it gets low. I got a LiPo alarm in there set at 3.6 volts per cell. That's where my comfort zone is. Although with a glider, I could probably do 3.5 or maybe even 3.4 volts per cell because it doesn't suck much juice. And when you hear that LiPo alarm, you just got a little bit of steering to get back down and you're good to go. Okay, so there's nice boring circles there for you. Let's do a loop. Should be a good profile for the loop. And I have the rates set really high. That was probably only about 20% elevator. So wow. I could just do loops all day long in very tight circles if I wanted to. I mean, I can go way tighter. That's not even 50%.
So if you guys saw earlier this summer our XK plane,
I'm gliding now.
The little XK plane that had the LED lights on it. This flies just like that.
Well, you're wrong.
But with more throws.
You're wrong because
it reminds me how when I
well, that's fine. You flew it, so
just more control, but like the same feel.
Okay, that's I think you flew it, so you definitely have an opinion. I'm going to do a roll. Rolls are a little sloppy because of the dihedral on the wing keeps it level. But the reason I say you're wrong, the only reason, is because this has ailerons, whereas the XK little light plane does not.
Well, I know that.
The cool thing is though, Abby,
it's like a step up from it.
This plane is like $20 more than that one.
But that one is ready to fly, this one's not.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not saying that that little foam plane is better than this. This is obviously the better plane. Mm-hmm. But it just, if you're trying to get an understanding of how this is supposed to function, I feel like that's a good comparison if you've only had like toy grade stuff.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm zero throttle right now. That noise you heard was not the plane, that was a big truck going by. Zero throttle, I'll tell you when I do it. Oh, here. It just has a ton of lift. I see why you could fly this all day. So what I'm gonna do, just for one time, because I don't want this to be a super boring video, but I want to fly it up pretty high.
People like that stuff though.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of contests. What do they call them?
Glider contests?
Well, like, what are LMRs? I forget. I don't know. Where you just take it up, you cut the throttle, and you see how long it can stay in the air for. People like that stuff.
Okay, we're pretty high, so I'm going to cut the throttle and just glide.
I think I still have you in frame.
I am just going to try to glide.
Yeah. I don't even see you there.
I'm straight up here. You see me? Right here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. Hard to do on the camera because Abby's got just a little tiny screen to go through. I'm still zero throttle. We're just kind of...
This is terrible, Nathan. I can't even see you.
It's okay. Everyone can just believe me. I'm up there.
You are up there.
You see me? I'm just kind of circling around.
Okay, sorry guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just gliding, and if we had a little bit of a breeze, we'd have even more lift, but we have pretty much almost no wind right now. I'm the kind of guy that likes to fly low and fast, so I'm probably not even a good person to... I'm still zero throttle, I'm just circling around, and actually banking loses lift too, so really I should be trying to do wide turns, just to try to keep that wing up there. We're going to do a nice low glide here. I'm still zero throttle ever since I said I cut it. This is a plane, there's power. I'm just going to go straight up. Watch, there's full throttle. And almost fly straight up like that. The wind kicked up there and it pushed me that way, actually.
You went right a lot.
Now, I very rarely fly with rudder, but a plane like this, rudder would be very handy to help keep that wing level. So right now I'm using my rudder to turn and trying to keep my wing level.
Cool.
Yeah. All rudder control there. So this would be this is actually good for me to practice more rudder control. Only time I use rudder is when I'm just kind of doing really steep banks on a stunt plane or something, like a warbird.
So you like stunt planes and stuff?
I do.
What do you think of a plane like this?
Well, it serves a purpose. A lot of guys like gliders, you know, they really do. And on a cool morning, I mean it's pretty hot right now. If you just want to come out and sit in a nice lawn chair,
hammock
and fly for a half hour, 40 minutes on one battery, this is going to be your bread and butter right here.
Okay, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
I want to see a touch and go.
Oh, I can't with this.
I know.
I can't because the prop, yeah. But the beautiful thing is the prop folds, so when you do land with this, you don't have to worry about snapping a prop.
It would be fun though.
I can do a touch and go with a pusher plane.
Yeah. Has to have some type of wheels on.
Right. Now if I had a ton of speed, I might be able to just tap the ground and lift back up just from my own speed. We might be able to, but I don't know.
I love that you're actually trying.
Oh, so close. I'll get it on the next try. Just really close. So a plane like this, you know, you do get different challenge ideas. Maybe a spot landing contest. You could put just a small camera on the bottom, a very lightweight camera, and get some cool views. But really, what I'm doing right now is what it's made to do. Just kind of come out and glide and relax.
It's very casual.
Very casual, yeah, just kind of a calm thing to fly. So it's doing what it is supposed to do, and it's doing it very well. If you like gliders, this should be in your collection. The EZIO, the Hobby King EZIO. Let's see if we can do this. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, you did it!
Yeah.
You doubted yourself. I knew you could do it. Probably not good to do that though.
Probably not great, no.
It's not meant to bounce like that.
No, I mean, I think it was more of a skid than a bounce, but...
Well, however you look at it.
Yeah. Okay, that's the Hobby King EZIO. I think I'm going to land this so we can get our chase drone footage, and then we'll let you guys know how the battery's holding up on that too. What's the time on now, Abby?
You have an 8-minute flight time, so you're almost to about 15 minutes of flight.
Right, because we've already flown a little beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the wind is actually, I kind of want to land the other way because it just started. I'm going to come in the other way, but I will give you a nice low flyby.
So when you land, you want your plane nose to be toward the wind.
That's right. That's right. All right, we'll just come in. We rarely land this way. Most of the time the wind is coming in the other way.
I don't like landing this way.
Most of us don't, because I'm actually going to land farther down away from us now.
Yeah.
Well, if I had my flaperons, I could get more lift. I could bleed off a little bit more speed, you know, with those flaperons. But the wind is...
I think that's your...
The wind is helping me. The wind is helping me. So I think we're going to slow down very nicely. Sorry, I got your foot. Look at that. Look at that.
I think I'm going to start calling you Flapperon.
Oh, yeah. Like Ron Swanson. Hey, my name's Flapperon. There you have it, the Hobby King EZIO. It's a great glider, especially if you're looking to try something that's not foam and just see if you like flying a plane that's made out of balsa wood. That was a beautiful landing, if I do say so myself, and a lot of credit goes to the plane. It just came in nice with that little bit of headwind. It helped it slow down perfectly for that landing and just kind of slid along the grass. Grass is just a little bit wet right now, so that probably helped too. I really enjoyed flying this, and I could see myself just throwing this in the trunk of the car in 2 pieces because the wing is only held on with 2 screws, and just coming out with 1 or 2 batteries and flying for a whole day, when sometimes I'd have to have 20 batteries to pull that off. If you're a fan of gliders, or maybe you've never owned a glider before, this would honestly be a good first glider. And if you like to collect gliders, or you just really enjoy experiencing different ones, you really can't complain about the price point of this being under $100. And maybe if you're that big of a fan of gliders, while you're at it, you could pick up the one that's 800 millimeters long, or the wingspan rather, because it's like 30 bucks cheaper than this one. Great price, great plane. I'm really impressed with it. We'll have a link in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.